Welcome to Between the Lines. It's July 11th, and we got a lot of things going on, not just politics. Next week's the conventions and all this other stuff. And is Joe running? Who's going to be the vice president? But we got local stuff that matters. And we've got Billy from Free Medical Clinic on. We've had him on. We've had Free Medical Clinic on a couple times over the last 15 months, and you know the job. They do such an outstanding job. Welcome back, Bill.
Oh, it's good to be here. Thank you, sir.
It's Cofield Hall of Fame Day. We got Brad behind the camera. We got Sabre at home watching. We got Billy here, and maybe Chris will show up. We're waiting on him. And Chris Whaley, but we got a great deal, and I'm so proud of this group. I try to help where I can. A lot of my extra effort goes for St. Mary's Food Bank and for Free Medical Clinic. My number one nurse over there.
Oh, yeah, Kate Ho. She's great.
I love Kate. I love the whole family. Got a great family. So she was out of town last year when they had that bash, or she was somewhere. Remember, she had to go somewhere?
Yeah, I think she had a wedding she had to attend to. It was out of town.
That's right. No excuses this year.
None. Okay. She's there. She's
all
going to
right.
be there.
So we're going to show you a video before we start talking about the Free Medical Clinic. Billy, tell us something about the video.
Well, this is the bash. Every year we do one of the greatest fundraisers in Oak Ridge, and the bash will be August the 10th. And it's to raise money for the Free Medical Clinic. 100% of the money goes to direct patient care. Last year we raised $127,000.
Amazing.
And so this is last year's kind of all the different things that came out of last year. So I hope you have fun watching it.
No, it's going to be good. Go ahead, Brad. You're it.
Part of the event and say thank you to all of our donors and our supporters. Come out and have a good time.
There's a lot of hot air on this table right here. Well, first of all, this lady asked me years ago and I can't turn her down. And second of all, it is the most fun committee to work on. But most importantly, because I believe in what Free Medical Clinic does. I'm in healthcare, and I know everybody doesn't have insurance, and so this is important work. Good friends. Yeah. Las Vegas, baby.
I'm going to bust him on the ear. We got to stretch this to an hour. Okay, are we back on? What did you think about that video? They had a lot of fun last year. My wife and I, Commissioner Sabra, Beauchamp and I went, and we went with the Foresters and our new chancellor and some others, and it was a great time.
It was fun. Casino night. It was Las Vegas theme.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. What are we doing this year?
This year is Mardi Bash. It's Mardi Gras. It's New Orleans, so we're going to have...
so we've gone from Vegas to New Orleans.
Vegas to New Orleans, man. We're going to have a live jazz band playing New Orleans music. People can come dance. And then you can come in. We're going to have a little Cafe Du Monde set outside. So when you come in, you can get some beignets, that powdered sugar on top.
Yeah.
We're going to make it fun. It's a great fun night.
So it's on the 10th.
Yep, August 10th at St. Mary's Church at 6 p.m. You can get your tickets at fmcor.org.
How many tickets what's your capacity for that? How many people?
Well, I know what we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Mayor's a great friend of ours. He lets us stretch it just a hair. A little over 300.
Was there that many people there last
Oh, yeah, that's 324.
My son
there.
went to school there, so we had a lot of events there. So that's probably right. The whole school was in there at times. They have 200 plus parents. That's probably right. That's a lot of people.
Once you're setting up the casino games on the casino floor and you're doing dance and things like that, it kind of takes up some space from the tables.
But free medical clinic touches so many people. I mean, when you think about it, they just. Tell us a little bit. Let's go back and look at the operation.
Yeah. Free Medical Clinic started in 2010. The whole purpose was to help those who are low income and uninsured. One of the things that people don't know about us is that we actually help the working poor. It's the people who live, our neighbors who are working at Walmart or Burger King or wherever they work. They just don't make enough money to buy insurance, and they make too much money. They can't get TN care. So it's that gap.
So you're the gap in between.
It's the gap in between. It's a pretty big gap.
Yeah.
14,000 in Anderson, Morgan, and Roane alone would qualify for our care.
Do we have any seniors that don't qualify for Medicare?
If they are undocumented.
Oh, yeah.
So you run into a situation, and there's political views on immigration, whether they're documented or undocumented, and if you just get out of that for a second and take a breath, the question we have to ask ourselves, and we ask ourselves this quite often, if you're looking at community health, if they're here, you've got to make sure they're healthy. Because one of the things we've seen, and we've all heard about this, is you have an uptick in schools of sicknesses that were at one time eradicated because kids are coming here who are undocumented that don't have childhood immunizations.
Oh, yeah.
And so we've got to really think about it as community health. And so we provide, and those that don't have TN care. And at times, that means those who are over 64 or under 19.
How many locations? Kate filled me in last time, but they got a mobile unit. Or you got two or one?
We got one mobile unit. We're about to purchase a portable dental and vision unit. We just did the Roane County Bash.
Oh, really?
Opal Summit in Oakdale. Have you been there before?
I have been to Oakdale.
Guys, you need to go to their website. They have the most incredible venue. It's really incredible.
It's a beautiful view.
Beautiful. And we did a Roane County Bash there, raised over $51,000.
Wow.
Teresa Duncan's son, the VP for Roane State. Teresa. And Chris Ayers, President Ayers from TCAT, they sang. And Teresa won. She raised over $12,000.
Where's Teresa from originally? Tall?
She's tall. She played basketball.
Yeah,
she was a big basketball
That's what
player.
I was trying to see, the same one. She played for me. She graduated in the late 70s. She's probably late 50s now.
Yeah.
She played for Clinton. And her and the twins, and I can't remember their names, but Teresa was great. We had an AAU team. She helped play with.
She's one of the most amazing people. She really inspires me because she is involved constantly in making communities better.
What is her job now?
She's over the Harriman campus with Jeremiah, but I think her official title, her official title is vice president. But she's pretty amazing. She sang. Her family came.
Great, quiet,
and
very.
So because of that, we were able to raise enough money for a portable dental. Last time we were here, we talked about dental being an issue, vision being an issue. Well, we're starting now to have some action to it. This fall, we hope to launch the dental lab that will kind of piggyback our mobile unit.
Yeah, I talk to people every day that say, I can't go to the doctor. I've got to wait. I got to do this. I got to do that. And you get caught in the middle, like, this is not relevant to you, but like, we get behind on immunizations. The public doesn't have access. Doctors get behind. There's just so many gaps in there that. How many people do you serve a year?
This year we'll probably serve over 15,000 patient appointments, which is over $9 million of value of care. So think about $9 million being infused into the counties with care. If our doors closed, what would happen?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we're
talking about Anderson,
Roane,
and Morgan.
That's correct. Yeah, Morgan is a unique county. We use our mobile unit there a lot.
Yeah, we could talk about that for 2 hours.
We use our mobile unit there a lot, and the reason it's a little bit different is because there's not a large job focus and push there. You don't have a lot of jobs. People in Morgan County usually go out of Morgan County for the job.
You go from Deer Lodge to Sunbright down to Cofield, and we'll bring Wartburg up there in the middle, and that's a lot of space.
It is, and we were in Petros for the longest time with our mobile unit, but now we're at Liberty Baptist Church in Wartburg. Dale Simmons, who's the pastor there, they've been, he's got a heart for the community, and so we're there every Wednesday. But then the clinic that we have in Roane County is in Rockwood. The city of Rockwood's just been an incredible host of ours, and then we have one in Oak Ridge, which is right behind Zach's. But we need to relocate Oak Ridge.
You do need to relocate.
Our capacity is just, we're being choked right now.
And it's a hidden thing. You don't ever drive by and see it.
It's right behind Zach. Well, I only know because I'm a fat guy. I love to eat. It's right behind Zaxby's.
You're either eating a Zaxby's or buying cigarettes, or you don't know where it is. It's right there on the. There used to be more stuff back there too.
Yeah.
And I don't think that. I don't know. I mean, there used to be a lot of stuff back there, but there's. I know you have some big supporters in Oak Ridge, and we keep it.
It'll stay in Oak Ridge. We're negotiating with the city right now of a potential location, so we really need to make sure our capacity grows. We need to really double our capacity because right now, the buildings can work for you or against you, and right now our building is really choking us, so we can't see as many patients, we can't have as many volunteers. So it's.
I haven't been in the back. I know once you get in the lobby where I come to meet you, but you go back and then you have people piled up kind of down.
Yeah, but it's a lot bigger than you think. When you get in there, it really goes for about 5,000 square feet of exam space. Absolutely.
What's your staff look like? Volunteers and people on a
we
day?
have around 100 volunteers per week that serve in our different various areas. We're about to hit 30 paid staff.
Wow.
So it's really grown.
That's a lot of money. I'm a businessman. I think overhead right away.
Yeah.
But
when you look at the remote area medical event, which we just did at Roane State Harriman in April, we had over 650 volunteers with 16 partners. We saw 1,200 patient appointments worth $2 million. We can't thank Roane State and Dr. Chris Whaley enough for hosting us. Jeremiah and his team did a fantastic job. They really want to see the community helped. And when you have that kind of spirit, it's really. But we're back in Oak Ridge next year, so we'll be at the convention center at the Civic Center.
Yeah, good.
In April.
I appreciate. We talked about that. I think St. Mary's does a good job for a lot of venues in Oak Ridge because it's a nice thing. But when you're in your business, you need to kind of get with the city. That's a very open area. You're looking at good. I like it. I like the. I haven't. When is the convention center fully operational?
They've kind of given a potential timeline, but I'd hate to say because I don't want to get John and Dave too much in trouble and Seth because I know they're working very hard.
First of the year, roughly.
I believe it. Yeah, 2025, early 2025.
Okay, sometime in the first 6 months.
Yeah.
Let's be fair to them, et cetera.
Yeah, they're good.
That's
they're
good.
working hard.
Okay, so you got all these people. Are we sicker or are we better off than we were 2 years ago?
Families are being crushed economically, and because of the economic.
I'm in the food support business, and I understand that groceries that were $120 are now $280. Choose medicine, choose this. I'll tell you what I noticed at St. Mary's when I drive by to make my donations on the food stuff. The lines are much older people, and I see a lot of people with young kids, and that's to point out you treat adults only, right? 19
through 64. We do We do some specialty events for kids. We've got one coming up July the 20th, actually, in Scarborough community for childhood immunizations. It's called Healthy Back to School. We're doing physicals, sports physicals, school physicals, immunizations, vaccinations. It comes with audiology, so they can check their ears, vision. Right. There's a lot of families that, one, can't afford the $200, $250 it might cost for the physical. And then you have, what we really love about that event is that you have a lot of kids that would play community sports if they could get their sports physical. But if they can't afford that, they don't play. And so we want to make sure they play because, getting to be able to play sports will help them socially. It's going to help them physically and mentally, not being depressed. And so we want to.
When a physical was $20. I'm old.
It's not that anymore. And you're lucky if you can get in to get one because, everything's backlogged. But you were asking that question earlier. Are we seeing people more sick? The population that we reach are very unique from the standpoint of health. Someone may come in and not had seen a doctor in 10 years because he couldn't afford it.
Sounds like me.
So that first visit may last an hour, hour and a half, just because you're trying to catch up. So Hep C is probably 50% higher in our population that we're serving. So we have to address that. And so there's some unique. The thing that we're really hurting right now, and you probably know this because you're in the community so much, is there's no real solution for the working poor where it's 100% free for mental health. And mental health is.
I battle with federal officials and state officials. My wife keeps telling them in the county, we've got to have some collateral help. I mean, it's just. I mean, she's in charge of misdemeanor probation. She says it's half of them have mental issues, and it's hard. And we need to find a way to help fund and support those people.
The national average, I think, if you have insurance, if you were to take, let's say, your normal clinic that you go to, probably 30% of the patient population in that clinic probably needs mental health, and they're not getting it. Ours is around 80%.
Yeah.
And so when you have, let's say, 4,000 patients, and you're thinking 80% need a mental health assessment and some mental health, and they're not getting it because they can't afford it. So we're working on some big solutions to try to fix that starting the end of this year. We've been working quite hard on the funding.
I hope so, because there's not a lot of funding on the federal, state, or any for the massive project that would be. We used to treat patients and talk to patients and get patients help, and the minute they get help and they get off of a supervised kind of a lot of supervision and getting them adjusted to meds, or maybe they're in jail, maybe something. The bottom line is once they're back with their friends, and there's no collateral issues. And people need to understand that people that can't get meds for their problems take drugs.
That's true.
Drugs are therapy for those people. It helps them deal with the problems they have and the mental issues they have. And there's still, we got people with psychosis walking around, not just neurosis. We got a lot of different stuff going on with that.
Well, there's a unique funding strategy right now that if we take advantage of it, we can really turn the tide on mental health, and that's the opioid settlements. The state received a tremendous amount of opioid money. Some of that's gone to the counties.
Have you been over to the county to talk to them?
I have been. Anderson County's been fantastic to work with. The commissioners there, Aaron Wells is leading.
On that committee.
Aaron's leading that team.
Yeah,
he's doing a great job.
Shelley and Saber, they met over at the church across.
And Wade's leading the Rome County opioid abatement. I'm on that committee. Kate's on the one for Anderson County, and Jessica Massengill's on the one for Morgan County.
Yeah.
So it's a unique way to get some funding through the opioid treatment approach for mental health, and we're applying also with the state of Tennessee.
Before we go to break, let me ask one more question. How are the repercussions of COVID? Can you give me any evaluation 5 years later? We don't hear about it much anymore. My wife has had some long-term effects, but do we have any? What can you tell me about? Can you look at me and say, "Well, we're finally getting through it," or blah blah blah?
Yeah, a few things. One is that people are now realizing that COVID, when you get COVID, it's not as life-threatening as it once was, so you're treating it like the flu. There's still vaccinations, but there's a lot of argument about the effectiveness of those vaccines, and we also see there's now some side effects that can be dangerous. Long COVID is a real thing. There's a lot of people still struggling with getting their breath,
treated by the Cleveland Clinic,
blood clots and other things, so those are issues.
Especially for women, I think. I don't know why, but I hear a lot of women.
And that and the younger, too. They're having heart issues.
Yeah, the kids 17, 18 years old.
Where it's helped us from a urgency standpoint, it's helped us shift quickly to telehealth and really use that smart. People don't want to come to the doctor if they have a sinus infection or if they need a refill. So telehealth has really helped with that. So,
but if I go in your building, what is the main full-time staff in Oak Ridge? I mean, how many people do you have actually working 8 to 5 or whatever you consider full-time? I know Kate's there. I know you're there. I know the receptionist is there. I know you have volunteer doctors coming in. How many other people do you have in that building that aren't volunteers?
Right now, in that building, in specific space, you have HQ admin, which we're trying to move out to different buildings so that we can free up that for exam space for patient care. We support all the clinics. We support it from an organizational standpoint. But think of a clinic this way. You're going to have someone from an admin greet and meet and make sure patient processing is done well. You're going to have a nursing team to make sure the lab work is done, the triage, intake, and those types of things. And then you have the providers. And so those are the 3 blocks of
7
employees.
or 8 people?
And from that point forward, you're going to have, you'd have probably 10 to 12. And of that,
in that building right now, there's 10 people.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And in any specific day, you may have students from LMU, Roane State, TCAT, nursing students that are coming in, King's Academy or King's University.
What about, maybe the question is, what about, if we're looking at those people and what they're doing and how they're doing it, I don't know how I want to ask that question. I just think that the broad array of services that you have to provide needs a diversified approach from a lot of people.
It does. I mean, we primarily do right now medical, which is primary care, preventative care, and specialty care. So anything you can get at your clinic, you can get at our clinic. And a little bit more, because we have Hep C testing in programs, we have HIV programs, we have the ability to do orthopedics. Dr. Reed, you know Dr. Reed?
I know.
He's fantastic. Ken Luckman, which I think you do know him. You've mentioned him before.
Yeah.
Incredible doctor staff and MD.
Ken's
Ann
still
Carter.
volunteering?
You remember Ann Carter?
Yeah.
She was in. Yeah, she's our medical director. She's pretty fantastic, and so they're able to do a lot. But what's unique about us, and it's a challenge too, and that is that we don't. If someone has insurance, let's say you have insurance, you're going into your clinic, and you need some type of care that is not found in that clinic, so you get referred. You get a referral, right?
Okay.
You go to a specialist. We don't have that. Our patients don't have insurance, so we have to build partnerships for a referral network, and that's where it's really challenging.
And you said you had a great relationship with Methodist.
Methodist Medical
Has to be,
Center
right?
of Oak Ridge, let me tell you, if you don't think they invest back in this community, then please know this. They probably give on average between them and Roane County Medical $60,000 a month in diagnostic support for our patients.
That's fantastic.
And we want to thank them. Jeremy Biggs is leading that incredible team. Jason over at Rome Medical and Miss Bunch, who's in their accounting area, she's fantastic. And even one of the dancers,
Well,
we do this dance off at our bash.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
Amanda Sutton, she's the lab manager.
Okay.
And she works well with us here in
I
Oak
think
Ridge.
you provide a service for them. That onslaught of people would be over. You're actually providing a great service to the local hospitals and other clinics.
We hope that we help them out because it allows them to do the more urgent care that they need to do as a hospital. They don't get bombarded in the emergency room with maybe a sinus infection or something that can be handled. But where we really help Oak Ridge, I think, is that when a patient gets out of the hospital and they don't have insurance, Oak Ridge Medical Methodist Center is great about making sure that they get connected with us so we can do follow-up care. Because if not, they may end up back in the hospital.
That's right. That's the way it works. Let's take a break, and we'll be back in 2 or 3 minutes. Thank you so much.
From Oak Ridge, Tennessee, IB3 Global Solutions conducts operations around the world to enhance the U.S. national security posture and minimize radiological and nuclear threats. IB3 Global Solutions. Mission first.
Fan Gear Barn is Oak Ridge's source for new and vintage sports fan gear from around the world of sports. Find your favorite team gear at Fan Gear Barn, located at 977 Oak Ridge Turnpike, across from the hospital. Open 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., 6 days a week. Closed on Sundays.
At Navarro, we partner with our clients to advance clean energy and deliver effective solutions for complex challenges in the nuclear and environmental fields.
It's the best 6 days of summer. The Anderson County Fair, July 15th through the 20th. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Kids 15 and under get in free. It's all the fun and rides that you love at the fair. Regular admission is $10 per night or $40 for a season pass. And you can pay one price for all the rides. There's nightly entertainment and cash giveaways. And don't miss the 16th annual truck pull on Thursday and Friday. The Anderson County Fair, July 15th through the 20th. Be there for the best 6 days of summer.
Prescription drug misuse is a prevalent and potentially fatal problem. When people do not properly monitor, store, and dispose their medications, it can create an opportunity for misuse. Count it. Make it a goal to count your pills once every 2 weeks. Lock it. Secure your medications at home. Drop it. Drop off unused or expired medications for proper disposal at any police department in Anderson County. For more info, visit asapofanderson.org. Brought to you by ASAP of Anderson. Prevention works.
We should never lose sight of our health. To keep moving forward, let's not forget everything we've learned. Limit the salty food options. Make your own daily exercise routine. And always receive regular checkups. More than anything, we have learned how important these small steps can make a big difference, so we can all continue to move forward together.
All right, crew, let's get started. All right.
Don't ignore the law. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 days before any digging project so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811.
Welcome back. We've done a lot of shows, 103 or 4 shows over the last 2 years, but none more important than the free medical clinic and what they've done for Oak Ridge and filling gaps. And we've been talking to the director, Billy, for a while about different things that are done. We talked a little bit COVID, about supplies, staffing, et cetera. And it's pretty obvious what a great job. So we really need to support them financially. And we have the what's the word?
Website?
New Orleans.
The Mardi Bash.
Yeah, I can't remember the band. Mardi Bash.
Mardi Gras, yeah.
Mardi Gras Bash, yeah. The Mardi Gras Bash coming up at St. Mary's on August the 10th, Saturday night, August the 10th. We're going to need some phone numbers up before the show's over, Chandler, just showing where they can call, A, to get care, B, to donate, and get buy tickets and that kind of stuff. Tell me a little bit more about your Roane County and your Morgan County. We get a lot of Roane County watchers. Have those clinics expanded? What are they focused on?
The one in Rockwood serves Roane County has really grown. We went from.
Why'd you pick Rockwood?
That's a great question. We were actually in Harriman, and we lost our facility due to a flood, and some of the waters bursting. You remember we had that really, really cold Christmas a couple years ago. The water lines bursted, and so we had to get out. We had a temporary place in Rockwood, and then they ended up selling that building when they renovated it and repaired it, so we just stayed there. Becky has been so great at the city of Rockwood. She's wonderful, so we've just stayed there, but we've grown from, in 2020 we were open 1 day a week, then 2 days a week. Now we're open 4 days a week from 8 to 4.
4 days a week?
4 days a week. And
Thursday?
Yep, and we have full capacity there. We probably run 20 to 24 patients a day. And we need.
I think there'd be a lot of working class people with that insurance there, especially males in those plants, and different areas.
We're looking at doubling to tripling the exam space in the next 6 to 8 months.
Unbelievable. So if we look at how many people do you treat a year?
This year, over 15,000 patient appointments.
Okay. And break that down: Oak Ridge, Rockwood, and Morgan County.
Probably 60% is going to be Anderson County, Oak Ridge, and so you'll have 30% in Roane County, 10% in Morgan.
How many mobile?
One mobile unit, but multiple events, and then we're about to launch our portable.
When we talk about the 15,000, do we count mobile unit?
That's
in there?
Yeah, that's in there. You would average in your mobile unit 10 to 12 a day, simply because you can only have one patient in there at a time. And so if you're doing 10 or 12 a day, that's around 40 to 48 a week.
Yeah,
and it runs about 48 weeks a year.
Yeah, you can do the math. So there's another 2,000 that comes into that situation.
Pretty amazing.
I pulled my mobile truck in. I've got it. How does it work? How do you do a mobile?
Yeah, man, I think people are shocked how we can put up the mobile units so quickly.
Yeah.
It's so self-contained. So, for example, we're at Roane State, Oak Ridge, Morgan County, TCAT, Rocky Top Community Center, Liberty Baptist Church.
Let me interrupt for 1 second.
Yeah.
Roane State for students?
Yes. Yes.
That's interesting. Come back to that.
The students are very important. We probably see around 100 per month of Roane State and TCAT students.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
Okay.
And instructors. They're part-time instructors. They don't get benefits. So we make sure they're covered. So they come in, they pull in the unit. It's a 30-foot long unit. It's self-contained, which means we don't have to really be plugged up to anything. Our partners allow us to plug up to save us some generator and some gas and things. But at that point, it takes about 15 minutes to what they call balance it. They have to balance it to make sure it's balanced and put the equipment down.
Like going to campground.
It is. I mean, you go into that thing. You're walking into a professional clinic. It's amazing. It's got a lab area.
We always had the Atomic Energy Commission growing up, where you walk in one side and walk out the other. The plants and stuff, and they had really professional stuff.
Right.
I go to a DOE conference, work in that business. They got nice setups. I mean, obviously they got a lot of money, but. Do you go in one side and out the other? Or
no, you only have one door.
Okay.
We looked at that. The door in the back was really, if you put one in, it's for handicap. Okay. And we just decided, since our clinics are so close, if someone was in a wheelchair, we'd just send them to a clinic, make sure they're seen. But what we really see, which is surprising to people, not only the one-day mobile clinics, we are able to go to events and provide first aid. So when you have Mayday in Harriman or you have the rowers in Oak Ridge, they need a place where that's cool for an air condition. You have a nurse there on site if someone has a first aid need.
So if you got 500 rowers from all the colleges around the country, you don't check insurance, you just deal with the rowers?
Well, we deal with anybody.
Yeah.
If anybody comes to those events and they have a first aid issue, we're there for them.
Oh, that's right. So respond.
Yeah.
That's right. It's not a planned thing. I got you.
So that's a way we really help quite a lot within the community.
You know, I look over my life and all my friends and myself, and I say the number one need for anybody, just guessing, I'm not talking about the most important, but everybody needs antibiotics consistently. So I come to your place, you do blood work?
Yes.
And then you give the antibiotics.
Yeah.
If they need it. Now, if they're coughing all over themselves, is there ways to do it without blood work? Or how?
It depends on which antibiotic. I'm not a medical person, so what I'm giving you is just because I'm in that world.
Well, you got Bactrin, it's strong, and then you got amoxicillin for your lungs and all kinds of different things. None of them are that dangerous or anything. It's just a matter of getting the right antibiotic with the right disease.
Yeah, the way we do medications is we have a pretty strong relationship with Food City.
Okay.
Food City they have pharmacies at their sites, and we create something called a voucher with Food City voucher.
That's good.
Because one of the things we try to do, people, and this is something just don't believe when they hear free medical clinic, they don't think that it really is free.
Oh, of course.
But we make sure this happens, and it's a big challenge, but we make sure it happens. That if they come in, not only they get primary care free, but if there's a medicine, we make sure that they can get it free at some point, either through a partnership with our pharmaceutical company or through a Food City voucher for the Food City vouchers for the pharmacy. If they get a referral to LabWorks at Covenant, then we get billed monthly for that because Covenant gives us a lot of free things or discounted, but there's a lot of hard costs that we have to pay for. And they get no bill.
So you have a medical voucher to go for a prescription at Food City. Is there a value on it?
We adjust the value. The way the voucher is built, then what happens is we say can cover up to a certain amount. Okay. And that way, if we know that an antibiotic may cost this, we say up to $25.
Right.
And then whatever their Cover RX covers, then we do that. So it's a really good system.
Do you have any numbers on prescriptions and how much you do a year for people?
About 80% of our patients need a prescription.
That's why
and need multiple prescriptions. Yes. We approach the patients in two ways, acute care and chronic care. In other words, acute may be the antibiotic you was talking about. Chronic care would be diabetes, blood pressure, and things like that. So they're going to need ongoing medicines, maintenance medicines, and refills. The way we do that, because we're free and we don't take insurance, is we work with the pharmaceutical companies it's tough. Every pharmaceutical company has a different process and application to get free meds for the low income. But we help walk them through every single step so that their meds are delivered to their home. And
you go to Lake City?
Absolutely. Now, I still call it Lake City.
I do too. Obviously.
people don't call it Rocky Top, but I still call it Lake City.
Rocky Top's where they play football. I got you. So Lake City, because we're old enough. Lake City or Rocky Top, when you go take a mobile unit there, where do they go to get their prescriptions? They have to come to Oak Ridge Food City?
Clinton Food City.
Okay, so Food City's
that's why we love Food City. Food City is in Oliver Springs. You got a Food City in Harriman. You got a Food City in Oak Ridge. You got a Food City
in all the pharmacies.
In Clinton. And all the pharmacies. And even if, let's say, for example, they live in the far area like Claxton, and there's a Food City in Powell, it'll be accepted in any Food City.
In the computer, you're in there.
Yeah, you're in there.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
You got to like that, right? So if you say 80%, you're probably dealing with 10 to 12,000 prescriptions a year.
Easy.
Yeah. That's big.
Easy.
Let's talk about equipment. Me and you talked about that last time. I got involved and donated a little bit.
Absolutely. Appreciate that.
That's fine. It couldn't be a better cost. How many dinners can you eat, right? I'm too old to ski, so I mean.
I don't know. I'm a pretty big boy. I can eat a few dinners.
I don't know. Anyway, so I tell them all the time, I got more than I need. I buy groceries. What am I going to do? Me and my son go out and eat, Dean's every day or two.
Well, if I'm going to Dean's.
Give the rest to somebody who needs it. That's my theory on things. But anyway, going back to what we were talking about, I think that the mobile units provide a very serious. In my talks with Kate, are that we're constantly upgrading the mobile units. Have we got it all upgraded?
Yeah, it's less than 2 years old, and so we're still. The biggest learning curve we had is how can we best use it in very high heat like this week's been 100
Well,
degree
like
almost,
that,
or very cold
Is it
weather.
air conditioned?
Extreme.
It's air
It's air conditioned, but it's like any camper. It's hard to air condition at those levels.
There's a lot of this.
Yeah, and the challenges are we have two freestanding towers that we supplement the air with, but then you're dealing with a breaker issue.
Are you there
generation.
4 hours basically?
No, we're there from 8:30 to 3:30.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Yeah,
7 hours.
long time. Yeah, and so and then there's extreme weather like it's too cold or the wind. If the wind's really high and you have a storm. So, we just say this, the mobile unit's very unique, but we can reschedule it or cancel it due to weather if we need to. It didn't run this past Wednesday because we were having heat issues and we couldn't cool it quick enough.
So if I go to the mobile unit in Rockwood, we'll pick a place, right? Or I go to the mobile unit not Rockwood, somewhere out in the county.
Rocky Top.
Rocky Top.
Yeah.
Who's going to be inside that unit?
There's going to be a provider, a nurse, and
What's
an
a
admin.
provider?
A provider would be a family nurse practitioner, an MD, or a physician's assistant.
Okay.
You're going to have a nurse there, and you're going to have an admin. And get this, you ready?
Yep.
English and Spanish both, baby. Everywhere we go, we're going to have
abilities.
translation abilities.
It's a real issue.
I mean, it really is. It is
we
an
don't,
issue.
We don't have to get into debates of illegal and illegal, but the bottom line is there are tons of illegal or undocumented citizens pouring into these counties.
Well, and of our Hispanic patients, I would dare to guess that only 30% are undocumented.
That's pretty good.
So you have 70% that are citizens.
Okay.
But they're still, they still have a language
yeah.
issue. It's still their second language. English is.
Sure.
And so we have everything in writing in Spanish, everything on our website. There's a website in Spanish. We have the ability to translate on the spot. And so that's a big deal.
I'm convinced my son's second language is English. Algorithms and computers are his first string. So.
Well, Mona Justice was my English teacher at Cofield. Let me tell you, she made sure that this Southern boy could talk better than what I'm talking right now.
Brad, did you have her?
Brad had Mona Justice. I guarantee you. So did Dr. Chris Whaley.
Sabra's a '98 graduate from Cofield, so
She's fantastic, by the way. She has a great care for the community.
Yeah, she does. She does a good job.
You know Mona?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, she's great.
Yeah, she's done something. I mean, I've met her. I don't know her
Yeah.
that well, et cetera, et cetera. All right. So we're going to take another break, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to talk about these bashes more specifically. So we'll be right back with Between the Lines.
We should never lose sight of our health. To keep moving forward, let's not forget everything we've learned. Limit the salty food options. Make your own daily exercise routine. And always receive regular checkups. More than anything, we have learned how important these small steps can make a big difference. So we can all continue to move forward together.
All right, crew, let's get started. All right.
Don't ignore the law. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 days before any digging project so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811.
From Oak Ridge, Tennessee, IB3 Global Solutions conducts operations around the world to enhance the U.S. national security posture and minimize radiological and nuclear threats. IB3 Global Solutions. Mission first.
This is my husband, Alex Hussey. Alex is about 2 weeks away from coming home.
I was point man on foot patrol, and I stopped on the bomb. Lost my legs and my left hand in an explosion.
And he suffered a severe traumatic brain injury.
As America's veterans face challenges, DAV is there.
There are so many mountains to climb, and we do it together.
With the right support, more veterans can reach victories, great and small.
To watch Alex take on this mountain, that's what this is all about.
DAV provides a lifetime of support to veterans of every generation, helping more than 1 million veterans each year.
Alex has conquered this mountain. That's something he won't forget.
With the right support, there are no limits.
Look at that smile! You did it!
But there's more to be done and more victories to be won.
This has meant so much.
Thank you, DAV.
Alex Hussey, thank you for your service. Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
It's the best 6 days of summer. The Anderson Anderson County Fair, July 15th through the 20th. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Kids 15 and under get in free. It's all the fun and rides that you love at the fair. Regular admission is $10 per night or $40 for a season pass. And you can pay one price for all the rides. There's nightly entertainment and cash giveaways. And don't miss the 16th annual truck pull on Thursday and Friday. The Anderson County Fair, July 15th through the 20th. Be there for the best 6 days of summer.
At Navarro, we partner with our clients to advance clean energy and deliver effective solutions for complex challenges in the nuclear and environmental fields.
Fan Gear Barn is Oak Ridge's source for new and vintage sports fan gear from around the world of sports. Find your favorite team gear at Fan Gear Barn, located at 977 Oak Ridge Turnpike, across from the hospital. Open 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., 6 days a week. Closed on Sundays.
Welcome back to Between the Lines. Chandler's working on our phone numbers. He'll have those ready to go during the next break, so you can contact our people at Free Medical Clinic anytime you need to. They have a website that you need to go to. It's very extensive. It's FMC, Free Medical Clinic, OR.org. FMCOR.org. And we have an event coming up. They have two main events a year. Would that be fair?
Yeah, for fundraising, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. For fundraising, we need your money to help pay for all this. The first one is coming up August 10th, or you call it the second one, depending on how you're working at it. But then we have the New Year's ball drop, and we have some. So let's first talk about the Vegas event that's coming up August 10th.
Mardi Gras. Vegas was last year. Yeah.
I'm still living in the past.
Oh, that's okay.
That's
the Vegas event was great.
Man. I mean, I'm sorry. My
that's
bad.
All right.
No, that's good. Mardi Gras. I went to Mardi Gras once. In the 80s, went to a national championship game, went to Mardi Gras.
Ours would be a little cleaner, but it'll still be fun.
You know, New Orleans is not,
it's tough. It's a tough city around Mardi Gras time.
Yeah, it is a tough city. You got to really be careful. But it's a fun place, too.
It is.
A lot of great music, great food.
Oh, yeah. And we're going to have we'll have all that food, man. We're going to have po' boys. We're going to have beignets, shrimp etouffees, how you say it, malafas, those big sandwiches. Yeah.
Like shrimp bowl, we used to use those fundraisers we did this year down south in Chattanooga. But, you know, you get to get the shrimp out of there. And you get all
red beans and rice, crawfish.
Yeah,
we're going to have all kinds of stuff. It'll be fun. Yeah, buffet.
They got a whole bay full of that stuff. They can get their food pretty cheap. I mean, they can just pull it out of the ocean there and get it. We don't have that luxury.
No, we got some good lakes and ponds, but they don't have any.
Things ain't cheap anymore. Aren't cheap. No. Whatever. I don't want English teacher getting mad at me or something. I mean, that's where we're at. Who's going to dance this year? So we have one of the major fundraising events that happens at these summer fundraising events for
the Bash.
Free Medical Clinic.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm just tired, folks. But
no, that's all right.
It's okay. So anyway, Amanda Sutton is going to dance with Steve Reddick?
No, Amanda Sutton's dancing with her husband, and she's the lab manager at the Oak Ridge Hospital.
That's right. And Steve Reddick, who's a realtor now, is dancing with Ebony Capshaw.
That's right.
And Ebony's a wonderful, wonderful family. I knew her uncles. You know, I'm much older than Ebony. And then we have and Christina
Askren.
Askren, who's she dancing with? Somebody.
I don't know. She's getting somebody, and she's in Nashville doing training, and I never got the name.
She carries the show by herself. She just needs a body to help.
I believe she works with the police department, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
And then the local Hispanic businesses, El Genente and El Barrios.
He did great last year.
Oh, my God.
He was a good dancer, too, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah. He did great. But they put together dancers, and the Hispanic businesses get behind what we do in a great way.
And Chris Tucker's back in town.
Yeah, Chris and Ginger are back in town. And then your friends. Go for it, man. Plug them.
I'm predicting a big win this year for Sean and Sharon Gleason. My good buddy Sean. They're going to be there dancing, and they're young enough.
What is it they do for a living?
Well, they own IB3 company, Global Solutions. And
right.
She has been working in the school system and other things, and volunteering and working, and she's now the head of the Oak Ridge Foundation.
Wow.
For schools. They're just really bright people, and they're caring, and they're big time success in business, and she's been a CEO, and Sean has been too. I'm gonna call an early favorite on them. They're athletic enough. 42 and 45. They're athletic enough.
Yeah.
I can't even remember 42.
Remember, the one who wins this dance is who raises the most money. And so we had Teresa Duncan just recently raise over $12,000. Last year, Sod from Oak Ridge Pharmacy, Sod, and Betsy Coleman, Betsy. She's a realtor.
That, though, I think. I told Sod, I go to Oak Ridge Pharmacy, does a great job, and I just told him, I said, what's the deal on that? You should have gotten beat. You put all the money in yourself. He goes, no, I didn't.
They raised $11,000.
Yeah, for one.
Yeah, that was pretty incredible. So they're going to crown the winner this year.
Yeah. And you think everybody here can beat? Let me see what we got here. Yeah, Amanda may have some money, and I know Chris and Ginger will have some friends there.
No, that's the key. The friends, they've got 30 days to raise funds. They'll have donate pages, and they can see who gives, and so that'll be coming out this coming week.
We appreciate all of them, but my wife and I are coming for the Gleasons. We're going to get it. I may drag Forrester too and some others, but that'll be fun.
It will be a great time.
When does that happen in the night? It's like in the middle a little bit?
Yeah, the doors open around 6. We'll have the band, and they'll start going through, but probably around 7:30 the dancers come on. And the Oak Ridge Dance Cats, you're familiar with them.
Yes.
They come every year, and they do a thematic dance that just blows everybody out of the water. They do such a great job.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they do a great job.
They did a good job last year. I was there last year. I missed the year before I was there last year, but did a really good job. And how much... Yeah, you try to get everybody out there by 8:30, 9 o'clock?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. See,
yeah.
It's a full fun evening. It
is. And if
Tell
people
me about the auctions. Tell me about the auctions.
Oh, the auctions this year, oh my goodness. We've got some of the best auctions. It's just live only. And we've got a George Strait signed guitar.
Okay.
We've got a Tennessee Smoky Suite for $20, including buffet. And the winner gets to throw out the opening pitch for that game.
Okay.
We've got a signed coach UT baseball signed by the coach.
Okay.
Signed basketball from UT signed by the coach. Okay. We've got a Pink Floyd The Wall album signed by the band.
Wow.
And an Eagles album signed by all of the band members. We've got a Eric Clapton guitar signed by Eric Clapton. I mean, these are big events, but the local stuff is what people really love. We have outings like a Mexican party coming to your house.
Yeah.
Those types of things that really have engagement. Hey, the new city manager of Oak Ridge, Randy, he makes fishing rods. Did you know that?
No.
He's making a fishing rod to be auctioned off with a day at the lake. So that's the kind of stuff people really love going for. That's the kind of auction items we're doing.
A lot of my friends fish a lot. Fishing is so therapeutic.
I guess. I've never had the patience for it. My dad loves it.
Yeah. Does he go? Where's he fish at? Out in Kingston?
You remember CH in Oliver Springs had a pond. He'd go there, and we grew up on
I remember that.
Watts Bar, Dickey Springs Sportsman Club, and he'd go there fishing. Wow. He's 91 now, but
there's your Rockwood. See, is that the right number? 234.
Yeah. I love BBB Communications.
Yeah, they're great.
Brad Jones and his team is just phenomenal.
I'm going to take a couple minutes. I messed up.
They do great.
I spoke to League of Women Voters the other night for Aaron Wells, and I was sitting there, and I got up there and praised the league and how, in a world of red and blue, 24 hours a day, it's great that we have a local organization so we can actually meet local candidates and get past the spin. And I was talking, and I forgot to say something about Brad because really, what you do, and Brad doesn't offer. Brad barely. It's in this day and world, and the costs and everything. It's hard to stay in business as an entrepreneur like Brad. And he brings the city councils, and he brings so much free stuff to the community. Does some work, and it's a football-driven business. We get all the football, and Brad's back in business, but it's hard.
Brad Jones is incredible at what he does. He's very competent in what he does because you have to be technical-minded to do all of this.
Oh yeah.
But his heart is huge for the community. He and his family are just phenomenal, and we're so fortunate to have him in our community because without them, I don't know what we would do as far as communicating, get the word out.
That's why
they are fantastic.
Support
them any chance you can get. We really love Brad and BBB.
A bunch of people called me up 2 years ago and said, you got to do a show. We can't get any word out. There's no media coverage, no papers anymore much. You got to get out and talk to these organizations, and that's what got me involved. Actually, E.T. Stamey was the first person
is that right?
to text me before his stroke, and some others have done the same thing, and Warren Gooch and others. So we try to, Chuck Fleischman's on twice a year, Warren's on once a year, Terry Frank's on once a year. We try to get everybody to deliver whatever news they have and what's going on.
Mayor Googe is great. He's a big cheerleader of ours. He supports the community.
Does. He's always
Judy too. She's amazing. She's really heavily involved in Ukraine refugees.
She's not only the brain; she's the backbone of that team. I'm telling you right now. I mean, I know them both. She's tough. I mean, she's great. They've done so much over the years. We're all about the same age, and that's the way it works. But so we're going to get in there, and we're going to have a dance, and we're going to have that in the middle, and you get to support your favorite Personally, we do have raffles. We win prizes on a few of that stuff.
Yeah.
And the meal is all kinds of stuff, right?
Yeah, and this will be New Orleans type meal. So red beans and rice. You'll have po' boys. You'll have malaf. Is it how you say that? Muffalata.
Fish, yeah.
You have shrimp etouffee, beignets.
Okay.
And we'll have some bread pudding. And then we're going to do some games where you can win. You win a 65-inch TV.
Okay.
All kinds of great drawings. We're going to have king cakes there.
Drink,
It's just going to be a party.
Yeah.
It'll be great. We're going to raise money.
We can only have so many tickets. We sold out last year, right?
Yep.
We sold out last year, and this year we're in the process of getting to that same point again. So you want to call the free medical right on there, 3904. Is that for medical care?
That's for medical care.
They can handle a call for tickets.
If they want tickets, you go to fmcor.org and you can click and get everything online.
I can't even place an order online at my age. It's getting worse and worse. Let's take one more break, and then we'll close. We'll finish up. Thanks again. Free medical clinic.
We should never lose sight of our health. To keep moving forward, let's not forget everything we've learned. Limit the salty food options. Make your own daily exercise routine. And always receive regular checkups. More than anything, we have learned how important these small steps can make a big difference, so we can all continue to move forward together.
All right, crew, let's get started. All right.
Don't ignore the law. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 days before any digging project so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811.
From Oak Ridge, Tennessee, IB3 Global Solutions conducts operations around the world to enhance the U.S. national security posture and minimize radiological and nuclear threats. IB3 Global Solutions. Mission first.
This is my husband, Alex Hussey. Alex is about 2 weeks away from coming home.
I was point man in foot patrol, and I stepped on the bomb. Lost my legs and my left hand in an explosion.
And he suffered a severe traumatic brain injury.
As America's veterans face challenges, DAV is there.
There are so many mountains to climb, and we do it together.
With the right support, more veterans can reach victories, great and small.
To watch Alex take on this mountain, that's what this is all about.
DAV provides a lifetime of support to veterans of every generation, helping more than 1 million veterans each year.
Alex has conquered this mountain. That's something he won't forget.
With the right support, there are no limits.
Look at that smile! You did it!
But there's more to be done, and more victories to be won.
This has meant so much.
Thank you, DAV.
Alex Hussey, thank you for your service. Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
It's the best 6 days of summer. The Anderson County Fair, July 15th through the 20th. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Kids 15 and under get in free. It's all the fun and rides that you love at the fair. Regular admission is $10 per night or $40 for a season pass. And you can pay one price for all the rides. There's nightly entertainment and cash giveaways. And don't miss the 16th annual truck pull on Thursday and Friday. The Anderson County Fair, July 15th through the 20th. Be there for the best 6 days of summer.
At Navarro, we partner with our clients to advance clean energy and deliver effective solutions for complex challenges in the nuclear and environmental fields.
Fan Gear Barn is Oak Ridge's source for new and vintage sports fan gear from around the world of sports. Find your favorite team gear at Fan Gear Barn, located at 977 Oak Ridge Turnpike, across from the hospital. Open 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., 6 days a week. Closed on Sundays.
Welcome back. I want to thank Chick-fil-A for making such good cookies. Billy brought them. Billy gets
They're better than a bakery, man.
But they were excellent help us because none of us got to eat lunch today, so not much of it. So it helped us out a lot. So I love that place. My kid loves it more. You know how it works, right? So I want to thank John Reagan, our state representative, for sponsoring our show, and I want to also thank some others who have made a difference. IB3, Navarro, the gas company, Free Medical Clinic, and others who helped Brad and helped me get these things out so we can talk to people. We talked about now, just when you get through in August, you get through with everything, you're all New Orleans up, we've raised a bunch of money, we get going, we get rested, watch some football, and we're back at it.
Back at it.
What day is that?
Yeah, New Year's Eve is a huge event that we launched last year. We had over 4,000 attend the ball drop and over 10,000 online with BBB Communications, did all the platforms, social media. TCAT of Harriman, President Ayers, created a ball drop that was that was just specifically made for Oak Ridge. And so that'll happen again this New Year's Eve with the city of Oak Ridge as our partner.
Where does it drop? I missed it.
This was at Bissell Park, but this year we may be somewhere else. We'll be able to advertise that. But guys, listen, we're going to have Jay Storm's going to be one of our bands. Fairview Union is going to be coming and singing. Naomi Asher is going to be the MC. And it's just going to be an incredible time. TCAT is going to have the ball drop again, of course. We're going to have food trucks. And get this year, starting December the 14th, we're going to have the first ever ice skating rink in the city of Oak Ridge. For two weeks, it's going to be. And I know what you're thinking, ice. It's an iceless skating rink. It's synthetic ice. It skates just like ice, but you don't have to worry about it being cold enough.
Where's that going to be at?
We're still negotiating that with the city, but we believe we've got a place. But
that's a great idea. We have a lot of people that transition from ice skating type areas.
Yeah, and they've never done it before. It'd be fun for people to come and do it, and it's exciting. So don't forget to mark that down. Be there as we get ready to celebrate. Now, TCAT, I'm going to give them a quick plug. TCAT. Entered TCAT, Tennessee College of Applied Technology in Harriman. Dr. Ayers, Chris Ayers is the president, and his team, the welding department, the engineering department, Troy and Andrew. They developed this ball drop, has over 2,000 lights on it on the inside, 2,000 on the outside. It's amazing. It coordinates with music, but get this. They entered that project into the state of Tennessee fair for Tennessee. For the colleges across the state, they won first place. That got them into Atlanta to go national. Guess what? Last weekend, they won first place national for that ball drop.
We need to look at doing some coordination with the Aspire Park. I mean, that have you seen that thing?
No.
They have a ray that shoots into the atmosphere, I think, into outer space, where they got one of those zoom rays at the tourist center over there. But it's just one of the greatest things I've ever seen for our local area. It's just incredible. Yeah. And I give Joe Collingsworth a lot of credit for developing that and giving so much to that. And I think people are going to love it. I think employees are over 100. I mean, it's a huge place. I mean,
amazing.
There's hiking trails, there's other stuff, tour guides, all kinds of things. I think set to open sometime in August, maybe September. But we're here. It's come. They've done all the work. And if you drive by that, when you're coming out of Clinton, you can see all the work on the left. So this is the same kind of thing.
The city of Oak Ridge has developed the point where having these types of events for our families is a must. It's a wonderful event. They're expecting 6,000 to 8,000 attend this year, and the Free Medical Clinic is the leader. We're hosting. We're the name sponsor, and we'll have food trucks out there, the ice skating ring, 360 photo booth with snow machine. It's going to be fantastic. We're kind of wanting this feel. I don't know if you've ever been to Norway or seen a Norway holiday marketplace or a winter festival, and that's kind of what we want to create, and we'll have a few years to do that. But I invite you to the New Year's Eve countdown here in the city.
But most of this happens around Bissell Park.
Yes, this year it may end up being moved just a little bit, but we're looking at that. Yeah.
Well, it's been a good. How much time we got, guys? Almost 30 seconds. We're there, Billy.
FMCOR.org. Go and give, and if you need medical care, we're there for you. You're not alone, and we sure do appreciate you and your show, and we're cheering you on.
No more important organization in Oak Ridge. I mean, obviously churches are important, but what you've done is amazing, and great things come out of Cofield. That's what I've been saying. You're a great man. You've done super stuff. And Billy, I have never heard anybody not say something fantastic. Folks, I appreciate you being with us tonight on Between the Lines. We'll see you next week. 10 seconds? You went from 30 to 20. Look at that, folks.
FMCOR.org. If you need care, go there. If you want to give or volunteer, we'd love to have you.
FMCOR.
Thank all of our partners. We couldn't do it without you.